Hi everyone, my name is Tracy Ho, your personal branding consultant and executive presence coach. Recently, I was in a coaching conversation. A client shared her frustration, saying that one of her subordinates resigned over WhatsApp. She found it weird and inappropriate. Do you think so? That sparked conversations on business etiquette in terms of communications. Have you ever thought about, using different platforms appropriately in a business setting? And what are the platforms? This video we're gonna, discuss the use of this platform in a business setting and how to observe the unknown protocols. The first of all will be email. Email is considered by default the official channel for you to communicate with the company, no matter with your boss, with your teams, with the HR, with other offices. That means if you have anything to report, to update, that needs, for example, in-depth discussions, analysis that involves multiple documents, please go back to your email. And then in case you have some personal requests, for example, annual leaves, resignation, or other matters, that would be your go-to channel too. If you are in doubt, please speak to your HR or compliance team because they will let you know what is the email etiquette in a company. And bear in mind, if you use email to communicate with someone, make sure that you will be prepared that the email would be copied or forwarded anywhere. The second one is phone. How often now you pick up the phone when you discuss with your colleagues? It is still by far the most effective way to communicate because you can get immediate feedback. While you keep typing or thinking about how to position in an email, why don't you just pick up the call in case you want to discuss with your colleagues, no matter one-on-one or in group format, on some urgent matters, or you want to have an in-depth discussion with them. The third thing is meeting. Do you meet with your colleagues to discuss and collaborate? Nowadays, we have in-person or virtual meeting. My suggestion is if you work in the same office, please go back to the same office and book a room to discuss and collaborate. It's better for the team dynamics, nurture collaboration, and strengthen your relationship. If needed, for example, you work with your teammates in multiple geographies, time zones, then of course, a virtual meeting would help. And I would suggest you enable your audio and camera when you are going on Zoom or other platforms for this virtual meeting. After we talk about these three traditional communication platforms, let's talk about some newer channels, including company messaging app, social messaging app, and social media. First of all, do you use company messaging app? If you work in sizable companies, very often they develop their messaging platform for the staff to use. And that would be the official channel for the staff to use to communicate with each other, like typing quickly, discussing anything, or even sharing documents and use that as a meeting for place. However, if your company don't have that messaging platform, maybe you would go to the what I call the gray areas now. That is the social messaging app, including like WhatsApp, Signal, WeChat, or etc. These platforms are, in my phone, in your phone, right? We download everywhere. However, they are not being seen as the official channels of your company. Very often still, if you're connected with your colleagues, you can, message them, for example, discuss what color to pick in the boardroom, or what progress in your project, or even, where to have lunch. So these are conversation-based discussions that's done on messaging app. Sometimes you also share audio or files there. However, please make sure you understand these will not be seen as the official channel when it comes to a business setting. If you are in doubt, please really work with your subordinates or your boss to align how to use these social messaging apps. Then the last one would be a social media platform like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or elsewhere. If you are connected personally with your coworkers, then of course you can share your updates, your personal interesting things, or even your family pictures on the social platforms. However, they will not be considered as the business platform for us to communicate. That means You should respect the company's information, sometimes restricted information or even confidentiality when you use social media platforms to interact with your staff or coworkers. Overall, when we come to social media, please still observe the protocols when we communicate with your coworkers and respect each other's boundary. You don't want to receive a message at 3 a.m. on your WhatsApp to talk about the meeting agenda tomorrow. Am I correct? If you have any doubts, please feel free to discuss with your coworkers or consult someone like me.